We got another off-season hockey strength workout for you today with Jambi and Taki. The first exercise is the safety bar squat. The guys are gonna warm up for a quick few minutes, and then after that, we're gonna do some squat-specific movement prep, and then we're gonna load the bar up and see what these guys can do. So let's go. With the squat, a big issue with hockey players especially is ankle mobility and the lack of it, which means they're not able to squat very low. So how we go around that is we raise our heel on a plate or a squat wedge, and that allows us to squat deep in an upright position. So like this, you take your feet, put them about shoulder width apart, and sink into it. So you want your calf and hamstring touching at the bottom. Your back is in an upright position, and from here you come up. So first of all, we want to get used to the bottom position, which most hockey players never even reach. So in this position, you guys can squat down and do as I do. So from here, you can start rocking your knee beyond your toe on each side, and just gradually shift your body weight around so that you get that ankle mobility that will help you squat deeper when we actually put a bar on your back. So a few reps per side. When you feel comfortable here, then you can start rounding the upper back, and then you bring your back to the good, proper, neutral, strong position. A few reps like this. This allows you to feel what you should not be doing under a bar and what you should be doing under a bar. Okay, so 5 good reps like this. And from this position, we can get up and actually do our warm-up reps with just body weight, 5 full reps, calf to hamstring. So now we're done with the general warm-up, the squat movement prep. We can take one plate and go to the safety bar and start actually putting a weight on their back and see how that goes. So first warm-up set, always we start with an empty bar, that's 20 kilos. We're gonna do 5 reps with a short pause at the bottom. As you see in the bottom position, his lower back stays neutral. His calf is touching his hamstring. He's in a proper deep position. 5 good reps like this. Then we rack the bar. And this J hook is a little bit too low for you guys, so we're gonna raise it up 1 notch. So walk the bar back, and Jambi and I are gonna raise it. Okay. So after the empty bar, we go up to 60 kilos, do 3 reps for our second warm-up set. Same thing, controlled, 1 second pause at the bottom, and come up. And now a little bit faster up. Drive it. Yes. 3 reps, that's enough. Not quite as low on the last rep.
Okay.
That was no longer in control. So 80 kilos, next warm-up set for 2 reps. So now 80 kilos for 2 reps, and we want to control it down, 1 second pause, and drive up faster. So we want to move it up fast. Pause and up. Good. Not so fast that you come up on your toes, but still speed from the bottom. All right. And last warm-up set, a single at 90 kilos. 1 good rep, pause, fast up, and then you're ready. Yep. Walk it in. Yep. All right, so that was a warm up. Now we're gonna go into our first work set. We got 5 triples on the safety bar squat today. The tempo is 3 seconds down, 3-second pause at the bottom, and fast up. And we're gonna start with 100 kilos on the bar. And when you walk out the bar, never in this stance. You always wanna have your feet planted, and then you walk out from that position. Good. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Up. Nice. So that was the first set. Now we go up by 2.5 kilos, so 102.5. And we're going to rest 4 minutes between sets. Yeah, so we're using the safety bar here today. That's a great alternative to the straight Olympic barbell that most guys squat with, especially if you have an athlete like a hockey player who has a shoulder injury. Then getting into this position might be too difficult, but bringing your hands in front of you takes the stress away from the shoulder joint, and guys can still squat even when they're coming back from a shoulder injury. So this is a great bar for that purpose. And just as a general strength bar, it's also great. It gives you a proper upright squat, and we can really load it up and get guys strong. So this is Zombie's second set, 102.5. Same thing, 3 seconds down, 3-second pause, and 3 reps. Up. Good. Big breath in. 2 more. Up. Nice. And now same for Taki. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Up. Nice. Zombie, how did you feel? Was that your max for the day, or?
Maybe yes.
Maybe yes.
I can try 105, I think.
Okay, let's go to 105 for both of you and see how that goes, okay? So we started at 100 kilos, then we went up to 102.5. Now we're up to 105 for the third set, and we're gonna keep increasing the weight by 2.5 kilos until the guys hit their 3-rep max for the day. And if there's still sets left after that, we're gonna decrease the load. So the goal today is 5 sets of 3 reps. And we'll see when we're gonna hit that 3-rep max. And if there's still something left, then we bring the weight down so that they can keep hitting those triples during all 5 sets. So now that you guys are going up to a heavier weight that is approaching your personal best, you got to trust your ability to grind through the weight. Let's say you do 2 reps, you feel like the third might not come up, but you just got to grind through it and trust that your quads and legs are strong enough to push yourself up. So don't give up. It might take 2-3 seconds, but then when you come up, you finish it strong. So I want to see 3 good reps. Okay, let's go. Nice. 2 more like this. Up. Last one, big breath. Stay tight. Up. There we go. Well done. Same thing for Taki. Good. So Jambi, that was your 3-rep max for today. So next set, we're going to bring the weight down to 100. How did you feel? All right, so let's go to 107.5 with you. Yeah, remember when you're going down, so you want to take a big breath in here. Then when you go down and pause for 3 seconds, that's going to feel like a long time. The natural inclination is to exhale some air out, but don't do that because you will lose your tightness. So keep that breath in, and only once you are almost to the top, you start to exhale a little bit of the air out. And between every rep, you take a new big breath in, okay?
Okay.
So this is Zombie's fourth set at 100 kilos. Taki's fourth set at 107.5. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more like this. Up. Nice. So for the fifth and last set, Zombie is going to go down to 95. You feel still good? Going up, so 110. Last set for Zombie, 95 kilos. Up. Good. And Taki's last set, 110 kilos. Finish strong. Up. So now that the guys are done with the safety bar squat triples, we're going to move on to the barbell bench press, and we're going to start warming up with that. So the first thing we do is the same as with the squat. We're going to start with an empty bar, 20 kilos and 5 good reps, focusing on good form. If there's something we need to fix, we'll fix it before we get to the work set. So Zombie, 5 reps, 20 kilos. Good. Bring your wrist forward a little bit more. Good. So if you watch from the side, you can see that he has a nice back arch, upper back is tight, and he's using his leg to push the bar up. Okay? So same thing, Taki, 5 reps, empty bar. Focus on keeping a neutral wrist position so we're not tilting it back. Wrist stays neutral, and then upper back stays tight throughout the set. Go a little bit wider with your grip, a little bit wider. Not too wide. Okay, there's good. That's it. Okay. Press a little bit more up into the J rack, into the J hook, into the rack. Yes, that's it. So next we're gonna go 40 for 3 reps. Yes. Good. Press a little bit more toward your face, right there. Not that much. That's it. Okay. 3. 3. Next we're going 60 kilos for 2 reps. Next warm-up set. Now that there's a little bit of resistance on the bar, the guys can start to focus more on controlling it, and then after that, reversing it with speed, because the resistance allows you to really accelerate against the bar. So control it down. You don't need to pause on the chest for this, and then move it up fast. 2 reps. Good. Right. No pause. Touch and go. Go. You still paused.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next, we're going to do 1 single rep, our last warm-up set at 70 kilos. Last single before the first working set. You want to be explosive on the way up. So move it off your chest with speed. Go. Good. Yes. So warm up done. Now we're gonna go into our first work set at 77.5 kilos and 5 reps. Good. Push. And take the bar. Done. Was a little bit too heavy, so now we're gonna count the first 3 as good reps, and then we're gonna lower the weight for zombie. And now Taki is gonna do the same, 77, and see how he does it. No pause. Touch and go off your chest. Yes. 5 reps. Good. So let's go down to 72 for zombie, 72.5, and Taki goes up to 80. And we're going to rest 5 minutes. Second set, 72.5. And when you feel it's getting difficult, let's say after the third rep, then you want to take a big breath in the upright position when your arms are straight. Big breath in, and then do the fourth one and repeat for the fifth one. So don't try to do them back to back. Good. Good. Big breath in. Push. One more like this. Yes, that's it. So that was a good set. Second set, 80 kilos. Good. All right. You feel good enough to go up? Okay, 82.5 next.
Okay.
And for you, 70. Third set, 70 kilos. Big breath, last one. All right. And 82.5. Big breath in. Push. Good. How did that feel?
When it felt okay, I just had to stop because of the breathing technique.
So anytime you're in this position, remember to take a big breath in through your mouth and then go into the next rep. So you feel like 85 is in the bag?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do 85 for the last set. Last set, 70 kilos. Already before your first rep, when you unrack the bar, take that big breath in, okay? And now Taki, 85 kilos. Here's the last set. Big breath. Yes. Two more, let's go. And spotter takes it. So that's 85 for 4 in his last set. Now we're done with the bench press and we're gonna move on to our next exercises. We're gonna do them in a superset fashion. The first exercise in the superset is once again with the safety bar, but this time we're doing single leg work. So it's safety bar, reverse lunge we're going to do first. And we're going to always start with an empty bar with the warm-up. So 5 reps per leg on the first warm-up set. Next, 3 reps at 40 and 3 reps at 60. Okay. With this exercise, important is the weight distribution. You have about 80% of your weight on the front leg, and the back leg is there to stabilize. Good. Rack it, walk it in. Yes. Zombie first set at 65 for 5. You will still do a couple warm-up sets. Okay. 90 for 2 reps and 100 for 1 rep. Last warm-up at 100 kilos for a single. How do you feel after the squats? No problem?
No problem.
Okay.
I think my lungs are dead because of the illness, but okay.
Okay. 1 rep here. Good. Walk it in. Yes. Put 65 for zombie. First work set, 5 reps at 65 kilos. Okay. That was actually a good demonstration. What usually happens is if you do both legs back to back when the weight is heavy enough, challenging enough. So your first leg was totally fine. Second, you struggled a little bit with the strength and stability because you were still tired from the first leg. So take a short break between the legs, recover, and then you go into the second leg. Good. Rack the bar and rest for a minute. Up. Good. So next up in this superset, we have the push-up, and we're gonna see how their technique is and if we need to make it a little bit more challenging by adding weight or maybe increasing range of motion. But to get started, let's do a regular push-up on the ground. We're gonna use a 3-2-1-0 tempo, so 3 seconds down, 2-second pause, and 1 second up. So between 6 to 8 reps, let's start with that. Okay, good. Let the elbow come out a little bit away from the body. Better. Okay, push all the way up, away from the ground. Yes. Good. It's 4, 5. Tight here, tight, and push away from the body. And last one. And 8. Same thing, Taki. Good. All the way up. Tight. Let's go. Good. Now let the shoulder blades come together when you come down. That's it. Control 3 seconds down. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Up. Okay. 2 more reps. Control it. 3, 2 paws, up. Last one. And up. Okay. Nice. So that was his second set. Now Taki, let's go 112.5. Good. Breathe in. And up. Nice. Rack. That was a good set. So now we're waiting for a minute or so for him to recover so he can repeat on the other leg. Yep. Okay, walk it back in. That's it. So with Zombie, we're gonna make things a little bit more difficult. We're gonna increase the range of motion by putting his hands on what are called parallettes. So this allows him to go deeper into the push-up. It's between 6 to 8 reps, same thing, 3 down, 2-second pause. And remember to let the elbow come out at about 45 degrees and not tucked into your side. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Good. Four more. Last one. All right. Good set. Okay, so with Taki, he's a little bit too narrow with his hands, so I want you to go a little outside of your shoulder width, and then once again, let the elbows come out at about 45 degrees so it's not too closed in.
Okay.
Good. Two more, stay tight. Last one. Done. So we got one more set of each exercise in this superset. So reverse lunge, Jambi is gonna do 70, and Taki is gonna do 115 on their last sets. Yes, racket. Last one. Push. Good. Pause for 2 minutes, and then the other leg.
Okay.
One more. Good. Walk it in. For Zombie, we're gonna keep using the parallettes, and now we're gonna put on a little bit extra weight to make it even more challenging for the last set. So I'll put a 5-kilo plate on your back. Okay, everything else the same as before. So when you're in position, go. Five. One last. Done. Two more. Stop. Okay. Last one. Oh, all right. So that was our off-season workout. As you see, you don't need too many exercises for a workout to be effective. We did only 4 exercises, but we hit the quads, we hit the chest, shoulders, triceps. So we're happy with this. Thanks, Zombie. Thanks, Taki. See you soon.